Hey friends, I wanted to tell you guys the end of the story with the pink linens and the tablecloth that made me cry. So I posted a little while ago a quick little video of me panicking because I washed this beautiful red linen tablecloth with a whole bunch of white things, which guys, I know, look, I know, I'm not young, like I know what you're supposed to do with laundry. I don't know what happened that day. If my brain just turned off and I was doing laundry, I'm not sure. But look, I washed this with white linens, okay? And it turned pink, like pink. Here is an example of the color that things turned. I feel like it's not even looking as pink on camera as it is in real life. They were pink, okay? This tablecloth ruined my day. I cried big time because all of my beautiful linens turned from beautiful creams and whites to like this awful Pepto-Bismol pink. So I wanted to show you guys the current situation with the fabrics and what I found helped a lot. In case if anyone else's brain leaves the chat when they're doing laundry and they wash a vintage red tablecloth with all of their whites, you might want to know this for the future because I think it really worked pretty well. Let me show you. Now some of the linens came through completely unscathed. This came through fine. There were no pinks. The white stayed white. Didn't affect the green at all. There's no splotches anywhere. This thing repelled the ink from that tablecloth like a pro. Not sure why. It feels like cotton, like it would absorb those colors just as well as anything, but it did not. Tablecloth came through okay. It was the only one that I probably would have been okay with losing. These vintage pillow shams came out completely fine, y'all. There is not a pink splotch anywhere on these. If you're seeing pink, you're seeing the flowers from the opposite side showing through the pillowcase. These came through beautifully. Why? I don't know. I didn't treat this at all. It just came out of the wash completely fine. Both of them. Both the pillowcases are completely fine. I cannot explain it. Maybe you guys know why. Is it the type of fabric? This also feels like cotton, but maybe it's a blend. I don't know. But I was happy about these. They're beautiful. I love them. I was glad they weren't ruined. This guy, I feel it came out okay too. There may be a pink tinge to those little white squares, but for the most part, I feel like you cannot tell at all. These they're white. I mean, they look good. So I washed everything together in hot water and it obviously bled. The ink bleed was really severe. There were splotches, everything was pink, and then there were big splotches of darker pink on things. So I took everything out of the wash. I made a little short video asking you guys to help me. And then immediately I took the ones that were pink and put them in cold water in my bath. Not in the bathtub directly, but I had some little Dollar Tree buckets, like storage buckets, and I stuck them in there with cold water. And I just left them until I could problem solve. Just doing several cold water soaks did remove a good bit of color, but everything was still very pink. And then after those cold water soaks, when I got your messages, that's when I tried the Dawn Platinum. Not a significant amount of color left after that. And then ChatGPT told me to buy this product. It's called Carbona, and it's Color Run Remover. And I'll link this, guys, for you. I ordered it on Amazon. As soon as everything happened, I ordered this, and then I did what you guys said in the meantime because it took 2 days for this to get here. So while this was on its way, I tried all the things I could try. I did plain water soaks. I tried the Dawn Platinum dish soap. soaking it and then washing it with that. I got some of the pink out, like the water would run pink, but the pink was still very bright in the cloth, in the fabric. So when this came in, I read the directions. I was going to do exactly what it said on the box. It says you can either do it in the washing machine, or you can soak it in, do like a hand wash, which is what I decided to do because you only needed 3 to 4 gallons of water and 1 package of this. So this little box only came with 1 package, so I didn't have enough to do the washing machine method because it would require 2 packets. So I got myself a little bucket. I put the hottest water I could put in that bucket, and then I put this in there and I set it and I left it. And y'all, after a couple of hours, I came back and I couldn't tell any difference in the fabric. I kind of poked them down, swished them around a little bit so that everything was covered again. And then I came back a few more hours later and I could tell a significant difference. Like, I felt like the fabric was definitely turning white again, but there was still pink. Like, it was still definitely pink, but it was lighter. And then by that night, I could tell it was working. Like, I could tell that the fabric was going to turn white again. So I left them overnight. It says only to leave them in there for a few minutes. Let's see, hand wash, fill the bucket, dissolve the packet, add the garments, and stir for 1 to 2 minutes. Remove the garments, rinse with warm water, and then wash them. And then repeat if necessary. So I just soaked mine, and I let them soak until I felt like they were as white as they were gonna get. And this is a weird chemical, y'all. It smells really, really bad. So if you use this, just be prepared. And then the water, like the mixture, when you have this in there, it doesn't turn pink. It doesn't turn pink at all. Like, you would kind of assume that the water draws out the color or the ink from your stained fabrics, but the water didn't turn pink. The linens turned white, but the water didn't turn pink. It is the craziest thing. So I did this until I was happy with the color, and then I threw them in the wash, and I washed with hot water and plenty of detergent. And let me show you how they came out. I feel like it was a smashing success. This one, I mean, I feel like it's just like it was to begin with. I can't tell that this was ever pink. That one's good. This one is probably the one that still is tinged, maybe the most pink. I don't even know that it's going to be visible. I think probably if you didn't know this was stained pink at one point, that you probably wouldn't be able to tell now. Like, it looks its original linen color. So, but I think probably if you look at it in person, you might be able to tell that it's just the faintest maybe hint of pink in there. But I feel like nobody else would know. I feel like if you just kind of put this on a journal, people would say that's cream and they would never think twice about it. So I'm super happy with how that turned out. This one came completely back to its cream color, like zero pink at all in this one. I mean, perfect. And it had turned pretty good pink color too. But this beautiful thing had turned completely pink too. And look, it is back to being beautiful. There's no ink, dye, or bleed left. I say that, but let me show you the selvage. I feel like in person it might be the tiniest bit pink, but not noticeable. Let me show you here against white. Can you see that? I feel like maybe it's just the teeny tiniest bit still pink on the selvage. And I feel like the only reason we can see it is because it's like doubled up and it's on the edge. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm so happy with how this one came back. It's beautiful. Again, this one, these were a bright pink. Anywhere there's white here, it was all pink. Around the leaves, I mean, it was bad too. And look, it just came back perfectly. I don't think you could tell this one was overstained. Now this one was probably the most stubborn to get the pink out of. This one wanted to hold it for whatever reason. This like old worn cotton, man, it soaked up that ink and it wanted to stay. But I feel like it came out really well too. When you have this on a journal, I don't think you would notice. It may have just the tiniest bit of a pink tinge, but again, I don't think your eye would even notice it. Now this one you would think would have been the one that held on to the color the most, right? But look how white this came back. It is, I mean, it's whiter than the board I have it on, the canvas board. It came back super white. And let me just remind you guys what it was, what color this was. It was this color, okay? I'm not exaggerating. It was this color, and it came all the way back to this pure white. Look, this Carbona is a miracle product. If you guys ever need to get pink bleed out of linens, I mean, I think it's worth it. It's a little pricey. I think it was $7 for that little box, but I would pay it again to have my linens white again. Look at that. And even the ones that I feel like are still, they have a tiny bit of a tinge of pink, like this guy, compared to what it was. Y'all, you really can't ask for better. I was pretty sure I had lost all of my beautiful linens and fabric. I was devastated. I was so sad. It also really wanted to hold on to that pink, and I feel like it's still maybe just the teeny tiniest bit pink, but I don't think you will be able to tell. Again, we came from this to that. It's amazing to me. I truly am amazed that it worked so well. And not only that it worked so well for the white, but it left the colors. The colors are still beautiful and vibrant, but it took the ink bleed out of the white. I'm not really sure how it works. It was magic. So there's that one. I just wanted to share this with you guys because if anybody has this happen to you, I mean, insta panic, right? I mean, I couldn't believe I did it. First of all, I felt so stupid for not paying attention and just tossing everything in. I didn't remember that there was a red tablecloth in there. But if this happens to you, go ahead and save yourself the grief of trying everything else and just get this. I'm telling you, it works. I'm gonna keep this in my house from now on. This will be a staple in my laundry room. 100% worth the money. So I hope this is helpful to somebody, and it saves you a little bit of worry and stress. The main thing though that I've read and found is don't dry it. Don't let it get dry. Don't let it air dry. Don't put it in the dryer. If you have ink stain, immediately put it back into water and keep it wet until you can treat it, because it took 2 days for this to come in for me. So I soaked my fabric for those whole 2 days. It stayed in those little buckets, and I feel like it was pretty successful. But yeah, Carbona for the win. And also thank you guys for your comments. I was stressing so big, and I did try the things that you guys said. I didn't have any luck. And I think it's because that vintage tablecloth, I read that the red dye can be so stubborn. It's not like the new dyes that they use. That older dye was, it was really stubborn to get out. So I feel very thankful that this worked. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to give you a quick little update on the fabric situation and how it all turned out. And I hope that this helps somebody. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.